So, update on Autopilot to Alive. And I know that it's been a while since I put out any videos for the street interviews and stuff like that. And the reason why is because I have been trying to secure, um, I guess you could say capital, really, funds to actually, help me be able to live my life, uh, pay the bills, all that stuff, and at the same time be able to make content, be able to go out into the streets, to have time, especially to go out and talk to people in the streets and talk to all sorts of people about life. And I have had some interviews lined up, but unfortunately, I just have not been able to get the time to do that. But things are about to change. So basically, I have secured what you could call capital in the sense that I have now found a career path, actually, that is going to help me be able to invest in Autopilot to Alive and my other business ventures. So, with that, I can basically invest in those companies, my companies, and from there be able to eventually make more money, or well, start making money, I should say, with things like Autopilot to Alive, like this channel, right? And at the same time, be able to pay rent and all the bills, but not just all the bills, but I'm talking about like a lot more than that. I mean, to actually have the money necessary for me to be able to do whatever I want. And so I'm actually going to go into what that actually is. So I am going to be a life insurance agent. And initially, I had no idea what life insurance was. It sounded boring. It sounded just like, okay, whatever. And my sort of background with like corporate type of jobs and like the 9 to 5 and working for a company, I was like, well, I just got out of the 9 to 5 life. Like, why would I go back into it, But I did not understand that there are companies out there and there are industries out there that are not like the 9 to 5 manufacturing or, working for a company where you punch in a clock and then you go home at the end of the day, or that you're on call 24/7 and you can't get out from your computer. There's actually a type of format of jobs out there, of career paths out there known as entrepreneurship, where it's like entrepreneurship, where you work for yourself, except you are actually working for a company, but you're working for yourself within that company. So they take the risk, and then you basically are just making money and doing your creative thing in that job. So you basically have full control over how much money you make or how much money you don't make. And so this opportunity, it's basically 100% commission based. And it's funny, most people would think that 100% commission based, that's ridiculous. Like, it's just a scheme, a scam or whatever. You're not going to make any money out of it, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's just, too much stress involved and all these different things. And yeah, if you have the mindset of someone who works 9 to 5 and needs to have a paycheck every 2 weeks and is absolutely just so used to that lifestyle, then oh my God, it would be absolutely terrifying for you to get into, a 100% commission based job, because if you can't not put in the effort like you do, with a 9 to 5 job and still get paid, but you wouldn't be able to get paid because you're not putting in the effort. So it's really based off the person. It's based off of the mindset of the person and the internal work that the person's done on themselves to kind of like get over things, like rejection, for example, or be able to deal with rejection when it comes up. So with all that being said, this opportunity is extremely lucrative because I have full faith, because the God that I serve has given me the ability to truly, absolutely crush it, because I've already proven to myself in discipline, my mindset, and the things that I've already achieved that I can absolutely do this. And I am not like most people. And that's what this company is actually interested in. They're interested in hiring people that are not like most people, that are above in terms of the type of discipline that they have, the type of risk taking that they have, the type of ability where they're just going to keep going at it, and that's their whole life. And that's what I do. I love work. I just constantly want to be busy and constantly produce and be better, transform, to be the best version of myself. And in this interview with this company, I talked to them about those things, and they were 100% on board. That's exactly what they want. They want the people that they work with, contractors you could call them, to basically be the best versions of themselves. And that's how they see like growth. And like to work for a company that does that, that is incredible. And we're talking 6, 7 figures. We're talking about being able to be in the room with people that are making that kind of money, that kind of success, and being able to support each other along the way, being part of a community, and at the same time, like working together in that way, but also independently. There's no other like dream that I have ever like thought up before. So basically, in the near future, because it takes about 2 months or so for me to actually get my license and to study for the exams and everything. Um, and when I get my license, that's when I'll be able to start making more than I've ever made before in my life. And that way I can support my businesses. I can support the people in my life that I love. Everything is now on the table because God is now giving me the blueprint to keep moving forward in this direction that I knew was always possible, but now I know how to get there. So there's incredible things that are happening on the horizons for Autopilot 2 Alive in this channel. Stay tuned.